Yo, what is good, everybody? Hope you, your family, friends, and loved ones are doing good on this Thursday. We are live, ready to talk shop, ready to hopefully get some wins. Pretty much one of my tickets are done. It's a wrap. Why? Because one of the batters only went up 2 times. Let's see if I can, if my laptop will like me today. Maybe. Let's see. It's giving me the circle of doom. Trying to be as fast as possible here. There we go. Look at that. Got something popping up. Okay. Alright, so yeah, like I said, one of my tickets are done. It is this one here. And technically this one. So 2 of my tickets actually. Because, yeah. Bo didn't do the job. Ernie didn't do the job. Yeah, so basically 2 batters didn't do. Yeah. Bo only went 3 at bats. He did nothing. Ernie went 2 at bats. He struck out once. And then Snyder, I have him on this ticket. He only went at bat. And Snyder, I have him on this ticket. He only went at bat 2 times. Bush hit a home run, so I was right on that one. I should have went with Swanson. That was one of my original picks for this ticket, but I decided to go with Davis. Swanson went out there and I think he had a double if I remember correctly. So he got his 2. Westberg, I think he has 1. And originally I was going to put Henderson on this ticket, but I went with Westberg and Holiday instead. So Holiday hasn't done anything. He only has a run at 3 at bats. Westberg, he only went once. He has 3 HRs though. 2 runs, 1 hit. Henderson got the 2. He got the 2. He had a double. Because I was thinking about putting Henderson down for a double on this ticket, but I ended up deciding, I said, you know what, let me just go with the later games. Again, Henderson was original spot here for a double, so I missed out on that. So there's that. But this one is still technically still alive because this is specifically for the O's and Mariners game. I did not do a ticket specifically for just the Chicago game because I just really didn't trust it, and I'm glad that I didn't because not too much happened in that game. So yeah, per my reads, per what I put together, I just said, let me just bet kind of light. Let me still try to put together a possible, great win if it does happen. So, what can you do? But I'm still going to try to attempt to do that with these few games. Not these 7 games. There's no 7 games. There's only, 5 left, I think. Because actually Prop Finder has, it looks like 2 other games for tomorrow up already. Yep. So that Milwaukee game is probably going to be good, but I won't tackle that until tomorrow. I can probably do a glance at it either on stream or after, but enough of my rambling. Let's talk about whatever I'm going to look to possibly put together for these 5 games here tonight. I'm only going to stream for maybe, hopefully once again, 30-40 minutes, and then I got to roll. So more than likely going to put together 2, possibly 3 tickets, but I got to really look and see what I'm trying to find. As always, I'm using prop finder. I don't have outlier open just because, again, it's Thursday. I'm just like, I'm going to wait till tomorrow to possibly more than likely put together a 4-leg team total run ticket. Jermaine, what's good? What's good, homie? How you? Hope you're doing well today. Welcome back. Yeah, man, we're here. We're hopefully trying to get a win on Thursday. Like I said, almost had a win, or almost had a ticket that possibly could have stayed alive, but I should have went with my original spot. Swanson would have kept that ticket alive, but at the same time, I should have had technically for that ticket. I kind of should have had Henderson on there too. I should have just put Henderson on this. Like I have him on here, but I really should have put him here. Like I was thinking Henderson for here, but I went here instead, and I should have just doubled up and had Henderson on here. And like I said, I should have had Swanson on here, and I didn't. So this ticket should have stayed alive, but it didn't. What can you do? But let's see. Let's look at because Tanner Bobby is pitching, right? And so is Edward. Because I was originally looking at this game. I do have a doubles. I do have a ticket. A ticket here. Specifically for the Marlins, I have Edwards getting a double plus 320, and then Marte to get a double plus 3 at 430. So per Edwards, he's green mostly. He's a switch batter, which probably he might bat on the left side of the plate. Per the actual prop, he's had 2 doubles in the last 10, but it was more so closer to the beginning of the month. He hits righties outside of his ISO being down. He has a lot of doubles versus right-handed pitchers. Per the pitch mix, he struggles against the fastball, but technically this is still technically decent because the WOBA's in 300, slug is 300, the ISO is just down, and the batting average is just 11 points shy or whatever, 15 points shy of being in the green at 250 plus. So he can still hit the fastball. It's just he's struggling currently. He struggles again. A lot of this stuff is like sort of kind of like on the positive side, and he hits the cutter too, so it's still getting thrown, so he can still, and the sweeper. So his line drive is 20%. As I always say, 20% or higher is still good. Technically, you want it to be like 30, close to 30, 40 or whatever. Against righties, he's been hitting them for the most part for the month, singles and doubles, triples and all that. So I was just like, I'm just going to go on ahead and take him. And he's been 50-50 all across the board as far as his main splits. And when you look at his splits, a lot of his when you look at his batting average per his splits, a lot of his batting average for most of his main splits are 300 or more. There's only like 1 or 2 that are under the 300 mark, but it's still great though, because it's, even the away game is sitting at 288. It's just that his slugging, he's not, he's not pushing it out to basically get home runs. He's getting on base. This is what he does. He gets HRRs. That's why he's leading off a lot of times, because he's handling business as far as getting on base, getting runs in, all of that. So he's doing his job, and you can consider also to his total bases. So I said, let me go with something different. I could have easily went with his HR, so I said, let me do the double. So that's that. And then the other pick was, who was it? So I took him for a double. So Edwards here. Here's my ticket. I took him and Marte for the Mets for a double, because I kind of think that he can. Because Tanner, that's the thing. Tanner allows a lot of hits. That's what he does do. In the midst of him pitching good against lefties, against righties, you know what I mean? He, as you see, he's not allowing a lot of home runs or anything like that. He's allowing singles and doubles. So I felt like this matchup between him and, even just for the month, he's allowed like 4 or 5 doubles each time he's pitched. So I personally feel like Edwards can get a double off of him. So if he does that, that would be great. And then the other one was for Marte. because originally I was considering like Soto or even Pete. Actually, no, it was Francisco Lindor. When I was looking at the info, I was really looking at like even like Lindor had a double last night. He bats really well against Bryce. He bats well against righties. He hits the sinker out of all the entire pitch mix. His line drive is 50%, which is like super great, right? So I was just like, well, maybe I can put Lindor down, right? You can look at his splits. He's green at home, green at night. He's struggling a little bit in the month. He's struggling on Thursdays, but he hits righties, and he still hits batting first. His slug is still 400, plus his OPS is 721. But like I said, he has connected as far as doubles. But I was like, well, let me look at Sterling instead. And whoa, Sterling may not be playing. Looks like Sterling's not playing, so he's probably voided. That sucks. Hold on, let me see. So Sterling's resting, so he's not playing tonight. Oh well. I really don't even want to do a whole nother ticket. I'm probably just gonna just stick with what I got, just because again it's Thursday. Anything can happen. You know what I mean? Edwards may get the double, he may not. I'm just like, whatever. I really didn't see too much. Now, Michael was in a weak spot 2 days ago, and he went. I don't think he's in the weak spot today because again, Senga is pitching. Senga is pitching. Let me see. Oh, he is in the weak spot. He's back again. Back-to-back games. Excuse me. So Francis is in the weak spot as well. Again, Bryce is pitching. He allows a lot of hits. Like the Mets possibly could score. Like they did well the first 3 innings just last night, and then Atlanta pretty much came back and won 11-6. Really didn't see that happening, but that's what I'm saying, because I'm more so looking for as if you're really paying attention to what I do. I don't do a lot of home run parlays, like hardly ever. I do total bases and hits plus runs plus RBI. So, and then now I'm trying to also focus on some other stuff like single, because I've been thinking about doing like a 3-leg, 4-leg parlay for singles, 2-leg parlay for doubles. Like I'm trying to really focus on some extra stuff, because I already feel like I have a gist of HRRs and total bases, and those are either going to hit it or not. Like, you know what I mean? But let me look at Drake here, because like I said, I really don't think Senga is like he's struggling against righties. Drake hits the fastball, but he's struggling against the sinker, but he doesn't even throw that. He throws the fork. Senga throws the fork, he throws the cutter. He sees the cutter. He isn't really hitting it that much. Well, no, I'm sorry. I was looking at the curve. So he actually hits the cutter. So I personally wouldn't take Drake for a double. Maybe HRR. Maybe total base. That would be more my look for Drake here. Okay, he's green at night. Green in the month of August. He's basically great batting on Thursdays. Yeah. Automatically for me, my pick is Drake for either 2 total base or 2 or 3 HRs tonight, even though he's facing off against Senga, who still getting some strikeouts, but again, he's struggling against righties. Drake is a lefty. He still struggles against lefties, but he more so struggles against righties, to be honest. Well, no, I'm looking at it. It's right here. He's actually struggling more against lefties. So, but again, Baldwin looks more of a look for me personally. So Profar did his thing last night, right? For HRs. Look at that. Beautiful. 7. Didn't see that coming. But he's struggling against righty pitchers. So last night may have been his night that he just went off once again. Let me see. I don't think he... Honestly, I don't think he might not do anything tonight. Yeah, his best night was last night. That's his best batting night. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna... So Drake for sure. He's a look. Let me look at Mike. He's currently like on a little trend. He's going every other game, hitting a home run currently. He's still getting 2 total bases or more, 3 HRs or more. If anything, I'll probably do maybe. We'll see. Let me see. He's 50-50 against the fastball. Same thing. He's hitting the same thing with Drake. It's just that Drake is hitting the fastball. Mike's sort of kind of hitting the fastball, but he's hitting the cutter. The only one that he hasn't seen is the fork. Let me look. Let me see. Yeah, cause he's like in the midst of his data and stuff. He's been like handling business, even including batting 5th. So personally, I may not bet on Mike tonight because he may not do anything tonight. If I had to choose, like I said, Drake is a definite look for me, for real. Let me look at Pete. Because Pete he had 3 total bases last night. He had 5 HRs. He's batting really great against Bryce. He has a home run against him, 1-2 bagger. He's pretty much green against the pitch mix, 50-50 against the fastball. And look, Pete's a possible look for a double, maybe. But Pete might be looking to push it out the park, though. Thursdays, righties. Like Pete's still a look tonight. So what I probably am going to do, I'm going to probably just take a chance on Pete and Drake just for this game specifically. That'll probably be my look. Pete Alonso. For the Mets, Pete Alonso. So if I do anything for this game specifically, like I won't even take another player, I don't think. I don't really think so. Let me see. But again, like I said, for the Mets game specifically, Mets Braves, Drake and Pete are definite. Or because originally I was like, well, maybe if I redo my doubles ticket, I would do Edwards and maybe Drake or even Pete. But I'm not even gonna do that. I'm gonna just, because I'm getting ahead of myself here. It's fine. Going back on FanDuel right now. So again, both these pitchers, Edward, he been shutting cast down the last 3 starts. I don't know, because Quan went last night on some random stuff. He was in the weak spot though, I think, if I remember correctly. Could be wrong, but he randomly did something last night. Jose, what did you do? Nothing. Nope, you didn't do anything last night. Line drive is still great. So, and as always, Jose is practically green all across the board. But I probably more than likely won't take Jose. So these 2 are in a weak spot. Yeah, he had 5 HRs last night, 3 TBs. He's hitting the fastball and the sinker. Line drive is great, like perfect, pretty much 60%. Okay, I don't know about Hicks. Let me look up Auto here. Like if I want to do maybe like Pete and Drake, maybe for 2 total base, and then take 2 other batters and do a 4-leg, 2 total base. He had a double last night. Mr. Lopez. So he's only green versus righties and batting 5th. So I don't know about Auto. Let me look at Ramirez. So for me personally, the obvious look is, of course, Stowers, maybe Ramirez, and the rookie, because I do have them on this ticket. Where are you? I have them on this ticket, and I might just retake them. What was Pete? I had Pete on here, and Francis though. So maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just redo this ticket, but I'll swap Francis for Pete instead. I mean for Drake. I think that's what I'll do. Oh, how I forgot my own slip. So, cause like I said, I was trying to put together like something that could possibly cash, but it was still like a light bet. It was an 8-leg. Like, yeah, it's a lot of legs, but it wasn't anything major like 3 or 4 HRRs, like being real aggressive. Cause I do want to do some of those tickets this weekend. I'm more than likely for like tomorrow, do like another 8-leg, but it'll be like 3 HRRs, either like 8 separate games for 8 batters, or what is it, 4, I think it's 4 games, 8 batters, 3 HRRs. That's just something I'm thinking about for tomorrow. So this young man, I knew the rookie, he looked so great yesterday. I knew I should have taken him for a home run, and I didn't. I had Josh Naylor down. Josh still handled business today. If he's still sitting on 3 HRs, he's still good. Let me just double check. So Naylor, yeah, he went 4 at bats, 2 hits, 1 run, 2 total base. So he did his job. But this young man, he looked so great. I was like, let me put him down. He came through for me on one of my slips. It's just that the other rest of the ticket fell because I think I had Randy down for 2 total base and he didn't come through. So, because this young man has been, look at it. Look at what he's doing against righties. Look at this. Singles. I think a couple of home runs for the month. Yep. Some doubles. Like, he's been doing his thing. Look at his splits. Green all across the board. Like, this young kid is doing his thing. So that's why I decided to go with him again tonight. And then I put him and Hernandez down. Same thing, 2 total base. He hits righties. He hits the sinker, which Tanner throws the most. And he hits the sweeper, which Tanner throws 3rd the most. 40%. Excuse me. No line drives the last 10. None the last. So again, I'm kind of taking a chance with Herberto here. But he's green away, green at night. He's basically great batting Thursdays. Bats great versus righties. And he technically does bat great. Batting 7th is just his batting average is a little low, but his slug is still great at 575 with an 861 OPS. So if he decides to go yard or something, he meets the mark. Or if they both decide to go yard, like Jacob decides to go back to back. So That's why I said let me just run them. Let me just run these two back again. And let me see what I do with, because I already have these two down on the ticket. Let me put Pete and Drake Baldwin down. Pete is a plus 100. So originally Francis Lindor was a plus 100 as well. This was hours ago. Now he's a minus 105. So that seemingly seems like a full-on lock for him to get the 2 total base tonight. But again, I'm taking a chance on Drake Baldwin. He's going to be a plus 135. Definitely better value for him to get 2 total base. This is a 4-leg parlay. If you take each of these separate on their own 2-leg parlay, Hernandez and Marcy are a plus 592, while Pete and Baldwin are a plus 38. Excuse me, 387. So, but this is as a 4-leg, this is a plus 3279. I'm gonna go ahead and take it and hope for the best. I locked it in. I'm about to share this in the betting group that I'm in. Man, if only Josh could get one more total base. Well, no, never mind. It's a wrap. That one's a wrap. I should have split that one up, to be honest. Because, yeah, that's right. I thought I shared this online. I had Julio and Naylor for 3 total base. Bo and Ernie for 3 total base. But again, they didn't come through. So, what can you do? Where's my, let's make sure I'm doing this right. Oh, I thought I grabbed a screenshot. I did not. And it's all good. All right, let's hope for the best tonight. Wait, what? What was that? Like I said, I could have stuck with Francis Lindor, but I said let me go with this other batter in hopes that I can turn $1 into $33 tonight per my my own bankroll. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm up here trying to get this shared on Twitter. Was it 3279? FanDuel prop finder. Oops. So that didn't take too long this time for me to get my first pick for the stream. Moving on. Let's see. So Brad is pitching. Okay, so Brad hasn't pitched that much. He's struggling against righties. Sort of kind of allowing hits. And then Jesus, he really doesn't allow that many hits for real. At least he had like one off, one on per the month of August. He's struggling against lefties. So let's see. Now, James didn't come through for me last night. I had him on a slip for 2 total base. Let me see if I can find it. Yeah, here it is. So James, he finished with 1 TB. I didn't mention I should have had CJ on here, but I decided to go with James. Reason being is because more recently he'd been since the second, or excuse me, not the second, the ninth, when he hit that home run. Finally, right? After so long. his bat decided to wake up and he started to get some HRRs. He started to get some total base. And I was like, well, maybe you can get this for a fifth straight game. So I kind of feel like James is going to do something tonight and CJ's not. And actually, look, CJ's not even batting tonight. So James is actually in the best spot. Yeah, he is, because Josh is batting well. So Riley Adams is possible look. Okay, versus lefties, he's actually hitting them. Like, look at this. Single, double, single, home run, single. Just in the last, couple of weeks. End of July, beginning of June, up to this point. He's been EV's high. He's been getting under the ball. It's just that, he hasn't had too much of consistency, though. But he is at least hitting the ball. At least, he's been hitting. He's at least getting one hit. So automatically, me personally, I'd be like, yo, maybe take him for a hit. He's a righty, though. Any other lefties? Lau's a lefty. Okay, he's been getting more 2 HRs or more. He hits the fastball, which isn't getting thrown, but he throws the sweeper more. I'm curious. Kind of curious on Dalen. I kind of don't really trust Philly, though. Like, Brad is allowing hard hits to lefties, left-handed batters. Of course, you would automatically, consider Kyle, but he's struggled the last, basically, week or so. And I'm swole because I had Kyle on here and I should have had Harper for the 12th. It was the 12th, I think it was, where he actually did. I had Kyle down for something, and I knew I should have put Bryce on there instead, and I went with Kyle because I think he had the better splits and stuff. That's what it was. Slider change up. But see, that's the thing, Bryce. I don't know, because he's pushing the ball in the 200s, but it's not like consistent. That's the thing. So I don't even know about Bryce. He's struggling on Thursdays. Yeah, I don't know about Bryce. Let me look at Nick. Yeah, Philly just hasn't. I don't know. I don't know about Philly, dog. I feel like their season is pretty much done. Dunzo. I'm not really. Maybe Josh. He has a look. Maybe. Ah. Okay. Maybe. Not really seeing much. Probably just skip that game. Detroit. Oh, look at that. Carey's in the weak spot. Who else is in the weak spot? Dingler. Sweeney's in the weak spot. So who's batting second? Torres. So Squeeble's pitching, so you're just like, I don't know. I don't think I want to do anything with that. So let me see. Okay, he has a positive. He has two. His only 2 hits are home runs. So he has. So like say Torres goes yard, he might have Bailey's number. That's if he goes yard again. If it's another hit where he pushes it out the park. But he's been struggling the last couple of games to even do anything. He's been getting under the ball though. Between the 12th and the 13th. He's batting great on Thursdays. Decent enough. Batting second. I'm kind of curious. That's the thing. The only thing he's hitting is the sinker, though. Technically, he's still hitting the fastball. Like I said, last couple of games that he has batted, he did get it. He just couldn't get it out the park. Like, he was looking like he was trying to get it out the park. Carey. He technically has a positive against Bailey. A home run out of the 3 hits that he got. Batting average is down. He's technically been struggling the last few games. Okay, he's hitting the fastball. He's hitting the changeup. 50-50 against the slider. Technically could still be a look tonight. If I had to choose. He bats great batting third, which he bats the most. No, actually, this is the second most. He bats the most batting first. Carey might be a look for, I don't know, maybe 3 HRRs tonight? Maybe. Look at Dingler. He went yard 3 days ago. Same thing as Carey. It's the sinker. Struggles everywhere else, though. He bats well on Thursdays. Decent enough batting 7. Okay. Look at Sweeney here. He's a lefty. Now he's just struggling to do anything. But tonight might be a night he actually goes yard. He did get under the ball on the 12th. It's a changeup. Who knows? Maybe he reads that changeup and he sends it out the park. Last time he home run was back on the 6th of last month. All this red. Mostly all red per his splits. He might still go tonight. I wonder what his let's see, I wonder what his is. Plus 700. He's in a great spot for he might actually go. He just might. Look at Zachary here. He's positive against Bailey. He has his number. He hits the changeup, struggling against the fastball. He bats great on Thursdays. Decent enough batting 6. He has an 816 OPS batting 6. But again, he's been struggling to really do anything the last few games. See, Riley, I keep like not betting on him. He has a positive against Bailey too. Let me see. 1 2 bagger. He bats great batting 4th, where he bats the most. Like that's the thing. Riley is always like your boy should be getting 2 hits a game, 2 to 3 HRs a game. You know what I mean? Several games at a time. Only struggling maybe 1 or 2 times in a row and getting back on, the run. But Riley be just like look, he should be hitting home runs. He had a couple doubles, not that, a couple singles basically. That's what I'm saying, man. Riley should be that dude. He just does not do what you're expecting him to do. But that's sports. So maybe I do carry. So he had 2 hits 2 days ago. Maybe I do carry. So I'm thinking like maybe like a 2-hit parlay. I really want to trust Riley today. Let me look at tomorrow. Oh, man. So tomorrow the Twins currently they have Jose Urena pitching, 4.97 ERA, 14 strikeouts. But he's not pitching that much. That's the only thing. More recently, the last 2 starts, he had 3 or 4 starts. Every other time he's pitched is 1. So I don't know if he's going to pitch 4 or 5 innings tomorrow. So just kind of putting out there that he might, like, if anything, I probably, like I said, I really want to bet Riley today. Because again, he just looks like he'll do something tonight. I didn't even look at Colt. He hits the fastball, struggles against the changeup, struggles against the slider. He's just struggling against batting on the day. He's green versus righties and batting first. Again, I would love to bet on the Twins batters, but Scooble's pitching. So Scooble might shut everything down. Could maybe. I don't know. I'm about to just say screw it and I'll just do carry and again for two hit parlay, carry and McKinstry. So game's over for the that one didn't come through. So currently nothing came through. So carries a minus 130 for 2 hits, and then McKinstry's a plus 100. So like I said, 4-leg. Let's look at Arizona. Whoa, look at that. Look how beautiful that looks. You have stuff to look at for just you. Blazers back. So I talked about this in yesterday's stream. For the 12th, Blaze was a automatic book for me. I put him on one of my tickets. He came through because why? Because he his data was just like practically perfect, and he went out there and hit a home run. And I knew I should have put him down for a home run. Why? Because he was a plus 1100. So he's looking good again. Once again. So he's 0-3 on Thursdays. That technically could change tonight. He's taking on Bradley. He still allows hits 6 or more. He's still pitching well in the midst of hits. He's not allowing too many. He's not getting too many strikeouts though. And like he allows hits sometimes allows hits, sometimes doesn't. See, Adrian, he went yard a couple days ago. They have him back in the weak spot. Let's see. He's hitting righties outside of his ISO. We'll do the last 10. So the last 10 he's been handling as far as his line drive. Okay. So pretty much the batters that actually did something from a couple days ago, they're in the weak spot. He's just basketball batting 6 per his data. Perdomo, he's back in the weak spot. Every so often we're looking at him, and anytime that I don't put him down, he does something. So maybe Perdomo for 2 hits. Okay. Let's see, it's the curveball too. Now he's struggling on Thursdays. He's 1 for 10 batting at third. So Perdomo for sure. And he's 0 for 8 against Eduardo, excuse me. Oops. Man, he had 3 in the last game. Man, so he's not automatically. I'm like, man, Tyler's not doing too well. Hold on. Okay. All right. So maybe Perdomo and Jordan. Let me look at Doyle. See, Doyle still looks good. It's just that technically, Jordan is struggling batting at the position, but he's more green though. That's the only thing. It's actually higher than what Doyle was doing per the spot. Kyle the rookie. Okay. Never know. Kyle may go yard tonight. That's 6. He just might. Because Eduardo struggles against the 6th spot. Kyle may go yard. He's probably a sleeper. For real. Braxton. Does he have a home run at all? He only has 1. That was way back at the beginning of the season. He has better stats against the it? 2 games with 2 hits or more. It's good. Okay. I'll go Perdomo and Jordan for 2 hits. This game here. Perdomo's a plus 110. Jordan is a plus 145. 4-leg plus 1704. Let's see what happens. Oh, wrong one. I put the wrong. I put the wrong thing in. I gotta go back. In. I don't know how I got that mixed up. Oh, what the heck? So Carey is not I looked at total base. That was my fault. So Carey and Carpenter are plus 210. Carpenter's plus 210. McKinstry is a plus 220 for 2 hits. And then let me go back in and do, like I said, I did the wrong pick. That was my fault. It's Perdomo again. 2 hits plus 110. Jordan Beck plus 145. So this is actually, that's why when I was looking at the value, I was like, hold on, why is it so low? So this is the actual value, 42.43. There it is. Like I said, it was the wrong ticket. There we go. Alright, and I actually gotta go. That's all I can do. That's all I could do. Okay, I'm gonna post this in the Discords that I'm in, and post it on Twitter. Just make sure I got the right link here. But yeah, posting these on Twitter in a moment, and then posting this on Discord. But I'm out tomorrow. Hopefully to stream around 5:30, 5:30, whichever comes first. Hopefully get a few picks in. We'll see. But I'm out. Stay safe. Stay humble. Peace.